East Raleigh at a very, very special place. We're at historic Oakview County Park, and I'm here with Assistant Park Manager of Education, Abby Kellerman. Abby, thank you so much for having us out.
Absolutely. Thank you for coming.
Well, it's a beautiful day. The sky is blue, the sun is out, and everything is just in its full glory. You know, let's start first because you have a very, very special exhibit going on at the park right now. There's so many things that are just historically amazing that happens here, but this is special because you don't normally have something like this.
That's right. We have a special traveling exhibit right now. It's called We Built This. It's presented by Preservation North Carolina, and it talks about the history of Black architects and builders throughout North Carolina from the colonial times all the way to the 20th century.
Which, this is a great spot to have something like that. What made you choose an exhibit like this to come and house that?
Well, first of all, it's just a great exhibit, but it does connect to the time period of Oakview's history. Particularly, Oakview started as a plantation, so the antebellum time period, and then through Reconstruction and even to the mid-1900s. So it covers a lot of the same history that we cover here, even though it goes beyond a little bit as well. But it really encourages people to learn more about local history, about the history of their own backyard, and that's what we hope that people learn about when they come visit Oakview. They learn about the important history here.
And there is so much history in North Carolina throughout the state, and right here to have a working plantation that once housed all of the things that we're going to be talking about. Let's talk about that. First, let's start with something really simple, because antebellum, what does that mean?
It's a great question. Antebellum means before the war, so it refers to the time period before the Civil War. So Oakview started as a plantation in the 1830s, and then of course continued, relied on the labor, the knowledge, the skills of the enslaved community here, all the way up until emancipation after the Civil War.
And I know that the exhibit has inspired you as a park to kind of change some things and maybe put more focus on different areas, more so than maybe prior. So what kind of changes can we expect if we come out for a tour?
We are always continually doing research about the enslaved community, combing through archives, looking through land deeds, census records, trying to piece together their lives, because like the exhibit highlights, a lot of times these individuals, their history wasn't recorded, or their names weren't recorded, or weren't honored through history. And so doing that research, being able to tell their stories, put their names into people's minds, and in our educational tours, programs, and exhibits, really highlights the contribution, how they shaped this parkland that we all enjoy today.
Right, and I think that's so amazing, and I think that's the important thing about history. We are constantly learning new things, and to be able to put that living history into play, into real life time, is just really, really cool.
Yeah, and especially to come out to places like Oakview, you can physically see the history. You can see the buildings that these individuals were in. You can see the land that they shaped, the legacy that they left. So it's very present, it's very tangible, it's very tactile.
Well, it's awesome to actually come out and see it in real view. Let's talk about some of the buildings on the premises.
Sure. So we have several historic buildings that relate to farming and the history of farming. We have two antebellum era buildings, the plank kitchen, which we're standing right in front of. That was the oldest building here at Oakview, and it was used as the kitchen on the plantation. And then the main house that the enslaving family lived in, that was built in 1855. In the 1900s, Oakview changed hands. The Wyatt family purchased Oakview. So they built a couple new buildings, the cotton gin barn, so they were able to gin cotton here. They built the livestock barn, and they also built the carriage house that was used as a garage later. And they built the water tower and the gazebo. And
they were busy.
They made a lot of changes. And then we also have a tenant house that dates to the 1870s. So that lets us tell the stories of the sharecroppers and tenant farmers who would have worked on this land after the Civil War.
Okay, so cool. And the experience, you can either come through and do a self-guided tour, but you also offer tours as well that we can sign up for.
We do. We offer staff-led guided tours with our educators that talk about the history from plantation to park. Those are offered about monthly. You can find that information on our website. Registration is required in advance, but we're also always open for self-guided tours. We have a mobile tour that encompasses that history as as well.
And we cannot forget the animals because we are animal lovers here. You have some friendly friends.
We do. We have goats and we have chickens that are always available for visitation during our operating hours, and love to get visits from children, people of all ages, and carrots and apples if people want to bring them treats.
Obviously, and selfies, right? I saw that. They love their selfies.
They do. They're pretty photographable.
Well, there's so much great things happening here, so many good things. What does it cost to come?
There's no cost. It's free. All of our programs, our tours, our events are free. You can always find information on our website, wakegov.com/parks/Oakview.